Hi everyone, today we're going to be discussing developmental networks, and to do so, we're going to be using my friend Donnie as our example. This is Donnie the dragon. Earlier today, Donnie walked to the river to go get some water. He saw his reflection and wondered why there are spikes only on some parts of his body. Well, today we're going to help Donnie figure this answer out. Come to find out, spikes in dragons are formed by a developmental network. It's important to note in these networks that arrows indicate promotions and T-bars indicate inhibitors. If we dive deeper into this network, we see that S promotes P inhibits I inhibits K promotes E, and E promotes the spikes on the dragon. Our wild-type network here will in fact produce spikes. This is due to the fact that S will promote P, but P will inhibit I, so that way I will not block K, and K will promote E, so that way spikes will be produced on Donnie. In knowing what we now know about this developmental network, if there were to be a mutation in P that caused it to not work properly, spikes would not be produced. This is due to the fact that P would not be able to block I, so in that case, I would in fact block K could not promote E, and E would not be able to promote spikes. If we were to look at another example, where in this case I had a mutation and was not working properly, then spikes would in fact be produced. With the mutation in I and I not properly working, I will not be there to block K, so K will be able to stimulate E, which E will then be able to stimulate spikes in the dragon. Let's now look at an example for Donnie where there is a double mutation in this network. In this case, let's look at a mutation in I and E. Even though, when you think back to our last example, when I was mutated and spikes were produced, now we have to also take into consideration that E has been mutated. Even though I is not there to block K, and K could promote E is mutated and not working properly. So E cannot promote spikes, so in this skin cell, spikes are not produced in the dragon. Now let's look at one more double mutation case, so that way Donnie can fully understand this network and why he has spikes in some places and not in the other. In this case, we have a double mutation of S and K. In this case, S will not be produced to begin the whole network, as well as K will not be produced to be able to stimulate E, to stimulate spikes. So as said, spikes will not be produced in this case. Now back to Donnie's question. Why does he only have spikes on certain parts of his body, but not the others? This is due to epigenetics. So now let's look at Donnie. Donnie has spikes along his back. Why, might you ask? I would say for protection, but he doesn't have them along his stomach. Those will cause irritation. Even though all of Donnie's skin cells have the same genotype, some have spikes and some do not. And this is exactly what we saw earlier in the examples working through the network. Different parts of Donnie's genotype might be blocked even though they're still there, to prevent spikes or keep spikes.